Asio Animiwa Anayo. Asio Aniniwa Anayo. What's good, people? I'm here to come to you with a video. Just want to let everybody know that we are going through more than you think. It's bigger than, this shit is bigger than, it's almost like I don't even know how to talk to my people. Like I don't even know which way to approach my people because I know we not listening. I already know we not listening. Knowing your identity is the best wisdom and knowledge above all. A lot of us ain't listening though. A lot of us just ain't gonna listen. A lot of us just ain't gonna care for it. Some of us may hear, some of us may understand, some of us may even just, take time out and watch the video, but the information is out there, y'all. If y'all want it, it's out there. Ain't no excuse no more. Ain't no excuse to not knowing your identity because everybody that go through these organizations like 23andMe and Ancestry.com and all these things to try to prove an identity or to try to prove where you're from and who your ancestors are. Those things are not accurate at all. The test results you may get are simulated systems. Those systems are simulated to give you an idea, a theory, a scenario, but it's not accurate. If you want to know your true identity, do extensive research on your surname. What I mean by surname is your last name. From your last name, there you will find your people from your last name. And don't be dismayed at the people you see that relates to your last name because not all of them relate to you. Not all of them are relatives. But you will know. You will see the people that look just like you, that have been branded with a surname to be claimed property. In the land of America. When you learn your true identity, you will learn everything you need to learn. And you'll be willing to die for it. I guarantee you. You'll be willing to die. You'll be willing to die. I bet you that. Jesus, God, all that ain't got nothing to do with it. You can you know, continue to fool yourself into thinking you know what Thanksgiving is about. You can continue to fool yourself into thinking you know Jesus. You can't. It's just you can't really go far in life like that, because I'm gonna say, if you know so much about others and you know nothing about yourself, then what does that say about you? Why do you feel entitled? Why do you feel like you have a place if you don't even know where you from? You don't know where you you don't know nothing about yourself. Now, I was once on that journey, and I don't have to look no more, because everything is pretty much self-explanatory. My last name is everything to these people. If you look at it, they go by your last name, not your first name. They identify you by your last name, not your first name. Anybody ever wonder why? Anybody ever even thought, well, why is my last name more important than my first name? It's not that they keeping up with you. It's that they keep up with who owns you. They know you by your plantation owner. And whatever last name your plantation owner held, that became you. That became your last name. Because you was property. When these people conquered our lands, they made us prisoners of war, and they branded us like cattle and claimed us as property. I'm going to let y'all, figure that out. I'm going to let y'all handle that part right there. If you thought the Immigration Act was created to keep immigrants out of America, you're sadly mistaken. The Immigrant Act was created to bring immigrants into America, foreigners, people that are not of this land, right? You got foreigners getting citizenship, claiming citizenship, and behind that comes American benefits. The benefits that you and me will never get, because we don't need it. We already have what's ours. We just gotta wake the fuck up and realize it's ours. We will never get reparations like they get these immigrants reparations. Uh, because simply we already sit on our own heritage, our own land. We just don't know that we are. We'll never get equality because we believe that we're from Africa and we came on a slave ship, and that we Hebrews and all this other crap, that we Israelites and all this other crap. Yeah, I used to be there. I used to be on that journey. I'm telling you. I know a lot of people gonna say, well, bro, I seen you in that video and you was talking about this and saying that. Well, cause then I was lost. I was lost. You know, I was lost in wisdom. I was lost in knowledge. I was not lost in history because history has misdirected me and misguided me and, destroyed me mentally. So I had to heal myself. I had to bring myself from out of that destruction. So when I find out through talking to my elders in the family and really listening to them, that's how I found who I was. All I had to do was go to the elders in the family. For so long, I looked at them and thought they didn't know no more than what they was taught. But actually, I was wrong. I sat down with a couple of my elders in my family, and they really explained to me that the education system is a lie. That American history is a lie. It was built and made off of our people. And because of that, they gain power. They gain the government system where they can create laws as they wish and say what they want to say, any laws as they please, and protect whoever they wanted to protect with these laws. You know what I mean? So if my ancestors never got restitution, reparations, the 40 acre and the mule, what make these other immigrants gain all of what we supposed to have and what we should have from the door? But I'm also let y'all do what y'all want with that. Just giving y'all something to think about, man. You speak English language. Me, myself, learning to speak my native tongue as I came in my video speaking native. Upper Creek Cherokee. I started speaking native because I'm learning native, because I still have members in my family. And when I say they know, they know. You ain't got to believe me. And maybe it ain't for you to believe me. It's maybe for you to research your own family and talk to the elders in your family and find out what tribe and what nation you belong to in the Indian nation, under the Indian nation umbrella, under the indigenous Aboriginal nation. In no way in hell, I'm an African. I'm not a descendant of any African, period. I'm a descendant of the Cherokee Nation. My ancestors are the Cherokees, the Upper Creek Cherokees, whichever way you want to say it. That was the name of our land before it was called Alabama, Georgia, Florida, Carolina, Tennessee, Texas, Mississippi. That was the name of our lands, Cherokee. You had the Wichitas, the Choctaws, the Chickasaws, that lived amongst our Cherokee nation, and within our Cherokee land. And then the farther you went into another tribal land, which would be Pagwames or the Peacocks. You know what I'm saying? No, not peacock, but Pequot. The Pequot tribes. the Pequot Nation, the Incas, the Incas, more you journey out through this land, you go through different nations. But we were all brothers and sisters. We were all one people of one color, which were brown, copper tone, colored people. They weren't white, none of that. We had light-skinned Indian nations, yes we did, but they wasn't white folks. They wasn't what you would call white people. They were just a different shade of brown. They were just a lighter shade of brown. We still saw ourselves within those people. Those people saw themselves within us. And before the colonizer, Caucasian, white man, European, supremacy, however you want to label these people, before they came to our shores, we did not live the way we live. In fact, history showed we live way better than we live now. We had way more resources. We was very plentiful in everything. We didn't lack anything. None of that. Our economic system was top notch. Our government system was top notch. Our communities were beautiful, top notch. Megalithic structures, monuments where we do worship and, rituals and stuff like that to stay in tune with nature. We love and gave thanks to the animals. We love and gave thanks to each other and the other tribes around us and other nations around us. We were living in such unity to where if you fucked with us, you fuck with all. And that's how it was with the Caucasian folk. When they came over here and they started fucking with us, they fucked with everybody north and south of these lands. Talking about Canada too. We flourished all up and down these kingdoms. They want to call Canada, North America, South America. All that was our shit. All that still is our shit. It still remain ours. But we got to claim what's ours. We got to wake up and reverse what they done and make right. You know what I'm saying? Make it right. We got to go and do some cleaning up. We got a lot of cleaning up to do, y'all. Before I go forward, I'm going to let y'all just think on that. I'll be right back. And I'm back. Our nation was filled with warriors, healers of the people, land cultivators, builders, crafters, and so on and so on. The list go on and on, y'all. We don't need these white folks. We don't need a government. We don't need to be voting just to feel included. The more we vote for our oppression. The more we vote for our destruction. The more we vote to give these people our inheritance. But we ain't listening, man. I know our people ain't listening, man. I just know it, man. But do the research. The information is out there. The documents are there. And it's funny because a lot of us out there just don't care. Just don't care. A lot of us don't even know that they're indigenous to this land. See, what you don't do is share this information with white people. Because just as sure as you share this information with white people, they're going to try to find a way to counter attack, to counter everything. Then you'll find them trying to impose on your identity by saying, I'm a Cherokee, I'm a Choctaw. When we looking at them knowing that they ain't never been us. Well, my grandmother, and see, that's the one thing they like to use, that grandmother scenario. Fuck all that. Fuck your grandmama, and fuck what your grandmama thought she was. Your grandmama was a liar. Your grandmama was a Caucasian white woman that was sitting on stolen land and claimed to be a people that she never was, and raised her children up to believe that. Right along with her, your daddy and they daddy, and you know what I'm saying, so on and so on. Number liars, criminals, straight up evil at its best. Evil at its best. That's sad. Now, you might be wondering, well, what's your point? Well, what that got to do with me? You might say, got everything to do with you if you look like this color. It got everything to do with you. If you don't speak African, if you not African, we're not talking about people who parents came from other countries and had children in America and raised their children up in America, and now, they walking like us, talking like us, and acting like we're not talking about those people. Because you got a lot of people that's from other countries like, Haiti. You got a lot of Haitians here. Those are not our people. If you're full-blooded Haitian, you don't belong to me. You're an ally. You're an ally. But you're not me. You know what I'm saying? The surrounding islands were our allies, were our, neighbors. People that we traded with, people that we did business with, people that knew us and knew us well. Even spoke our language and we learned their language. Learned our culture and we learned their culture because we were neighbors. Sometimes we'll have disagreements, conflict, a breakout, war, sometimes a breakout. But we didn't know these white folks to war with. We were warring with our neighbors. We were warring with each other. You know what I'm saying? To get government structure and civilization and order. We had our own gods. We had our own culture and religion. We had our own traditions and lifestyles. That's what we need to get back to. So, in this video, I'm going to announce for myself that no longer am I celebrating none of these Americanized holidays. I'm celebrating my ancestors' holidays, the holidays that the Cherokee Nation used to hold traditions and rituals and stuff like that. So, from now on, fuck your Christmas, fuck your New Year's, fuck your 4th of July, fuck all that Thanksgiving, all that shit. We about to live a new way. We about to live we about to live in the way where we used to live, and we finna be powerful within that. It ain't shit these white folk gonna be able to do. They do not have the right to tell us that we cannot go back to who we are. They do not have the right to tell us that we cannot claim our heritage, our Cherokee Nation heritage. And this is growing. Like, this movement is really growing. It's growing. It might not be growing as fast as you see it grow, like every other thing, but the information is getting around. Trust. The information is getting around, y'all. People are coming away from that out of Africa theory, y'all. I'm telling you. All that Pan-Africanism shit, that shit over with. All that shit that Umar Johnson be preaching, man, he a traitor. Cause he ain't no damn African. This motherfucker believe in simulated motherfucking results. Results that he didn't see with his own eyes. Results that he had to wait on to get mailed back to him from someone else that he don't even know what the fuck they done did to get those results. All he did was just gave DNA sample, sent it off, waited a couple days, got it back, and now he's an unapologetically African. Man, get the fuck out of here. Well, go to Africa then, bro. If you feel like you from Africa, take your ass to Africa. That's how the fuck I feel, because I'm tired of this shit. I'm sick of y'all motherfuckers around here false claiming an identity that y'all never had. That y'all know that is in the history books, lying to us. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know this shit, but y'all continue to do this. Act like y'all don't even see the shit. Y'all continue to just act like money matter, everything else matter, except your old fucking history. I don't give a damn. You can get all the money and wealth you want. But without your inheritance, without your true history of who you are, you ain't shit. You'll never be shit. And that's how these people move, man. These people ain't moving to America to leave who they are and then go back home and not be shit. They know who they are before they leave home, and they come back knowing who they are. You know what I'm saying? They go back home knowing who they are. We the only people that let another motherfucker invade our home and tell us who the fuck we gonna be and how the fuck we gonna live and who the fuck we should identify to every other nation, when every other nation is looking at us like, what the fuck? Like, these can't be Africans. These people don't know no African values. These people don't know no African history, no African culture, no African language, no African dialect, no none of that shit. So cut the bullshit out, man. Your mama ain't African. Your dad ain't African. All this, my folks from Africa shit, get the fuck out of here with that, man. All this, my folks from Haitian and all that shit, get the fuck out of here. My folks from this country, get the fuck out of here. Go back home. We don't need you. We don't need your kind. You see what I'm saying? If you're not an ally for the Indian nation, you're an enemy. You're a threat. You ain't here for us. We don't give a fuck how many choppers and guns you got. You gonna get the fuck up out of our house with that shit. Trust and believe. After this movement is complete, and after everybody is accounted for, when it comes to the Indian nation, when everybody is accounted for, because trust me, I'm not gonna give out no names. And I'm not finna spill the beans neither. Because if I speak too much on it, then the enemy gonna catch on and they gonna try to stop it. But just know, the movement is growing and it's strong as fuck and it's unstoppable. And when you start seeing feather heads around this bitch, when you start seeing women wearing their feathers on their ears like they used to, when you start seeing the men wearing their feathers on their head as crowns like they used to, you'll get the picture. You'll start realizing, hey, well, goddamn, it's time to motherfucking worry now, because these motherfuckers finna come for they shit. They coming for they shit. They coming for what's theirs. I see over that. Anananikuya. Anananikuya. To that. Ananayo. To that. Yeah. Tama machi. Tama machi. To that. Tama machi. Yeah. That's Cherokee Nation native language. So I know it sounds weird. I know it sounds like I'm just talking shit. I'm quite sure when you sitting over there in another country, they sound weird too. And it sounds like they just talking shit. But that don't mean they don't know what the fuck they talking about or what the fuck, whatever they saying, they don't know what it mean. I know every word that I spit out. I know what it mean. But we not finna expose shit because we got enough of that. We got enough of exposing ourselves to people that don't mean us no good, that don't have our best interest. Because when we expose ourselves, they take what we have and make it their own. So I'm not finna be doing no translation, none of that shit. If you don't know my native language, hey, that ain't up to you. That's not up to you. That's not, up to me neither. It's up to the people that understand one another. When I go around my sisters and brothers and I speak Cherokee native language, they know what I'm saying. When we learning, we talking, we studying, we researching, we learning who the fuck we are through the elders in our family. Our elders are standing up in a way, and I'm gonna tell you, all that shit talking about how the old folk done gave up. You goddamn right they done gave up. And I'm glad they done gave up. Because when they gave up, it opened the door for them to make a change, to make a difference. But not in the way that you think. Not in the way that we all want to see our older people do. No. They got a whole nother, the older people got a whole nother congregation going on, and they ain't got shit to do with church. They ain't got a goddamn thing to do with church. So hear from me. You don't hear from nobody else. Hear from me. Trust me. If you want to know who your bloodline, your tribe, your nation, go to the elders in your family. And I hope that they, will reveal the information you need to know about yourself. Mine did, thanks to the great spirits. Thanks to the great spirits. That mine sat down with me and decided to allow me and trust me with this knowledge. You know what I mean? And ever since I came into this, I've been doing research. I've been going throughout the counties of my own state, finding real landmarks of where my people are from. And whether you know it or not, the white folks are keeping us away from those areas. Those typically are areas where they have a lot of government restriction. That if, when I say government restriction, it's like if you get caught over there, you're going to get locked up. Because it's something they don't want us to find out. I found out that a lot of my folks are from various different states. Not because that's where they wanted to be, but because that's where we migrated. That's where we was migrating throughout the land before these people came and put names and other names and divided our land up to what you would call states now. So yeah, we were all over. We was dispersed. We was all type of stuff. So hey, it is what it is. You got to do the work. The work ain't hard. Not with the technology we have today. It ain't hard. You just gotta have the mental strength. You gotta have the mental capacity to suffer and endure until you reach the goal and the results that you're getting. Because going to Ancestry, 23andMe, and all that bullshit ain't finna get you nothing. Ain't finna get you nothing. You talking about you an African, but your family heritage belong to the Seminoles. You talking about you a Haitian, but your family heritage belong to the Dakotas. You talking about you from Nigeria, your folk from Nigeria, but the reality of it is your whole family line could be the Chickasaws or the Choctaws, and so on and so on. You never came from over there. Your folks never came on a boat from Africa. It's just all a theory that they put in the education system, school system, to further destroy us from who we really are. I see, yo. Yeah. Yeah. I suggest y'all get on this move. I suggest y'all stop voting. I suggest y'all come out of these churches. I suggest y'all remove yourselves from the social construct that has been given to us by a foreign government. By a foreign government. When they opened up our shores and our borders, it was only to let foreigners in as free people and to push us out of our own land. And it's still done that way today. This is why they killing us the way they want to kill us, because we don't even know who the hell we are. We don't even know where we coming and going, because a lot of us is so caught up in Jesus and love and all this bullshit is killing us. We done forgot the way of the warrior spirit. We done forgot the way of the land. We done forgot the way of the great ancestors that, fought and died for this land. Because it was our shit. This shit don't belong to you white folk. Everything that they done put on this land belong to us. It's an account to them, not us. We not in debt to them. They in debt to us. So when you hear them talk about the debt cap, the trillions and billions of dollars that America is in debt to, it's not because of trade and commerce and all that shit. It's because of these lands. They are in debt to us. Because the more they take, the more they owe us back. And we up there in the T's. Fuck the B's. We in the T's. So we need to go get our shit. We need to go get our money. We need to go get our land. We need to go get our heritage and our fucking inheritance and our wealth from these people. And when we stop going to chase money and chase what's really ours, we'll see that money that we've been chasing. We ain't have to do that shit. We ain't never ever had to do that shit. We already a rich people. We already a very wealthy people. We still is the 1% of the whole globe. I don't give a fuck if we seem to be the minority of it all. We the one that make the world go round. Without this land, these people wouldn't be here. Without our kingdoms, without our sacrifices, without our blood, these people wouldn't have no lifestyle. These people would still be over there in the mountains. In them goddamn mountains where it ain't no life at. Struggling and striving to survive. Because the black folks over there wasn't giving their ass a chance in hell. So, hey, Why the fuck we gonna continue to give them a chance when you got them Africans ain't even going for the shit no more? These motherfuckers taking their land back. The apartheid is over. Yes. Yeah. South American apartheid. That shit over with. That shit been over with for some years now. We the only motherfucking nation of people over here still being nice and friendly with these crackers. We the only nation of people over here talking about we want to be peaceful and love and equal with these crackers. We the only nation of people over here talking about God loves all. Yeah, he do. He love all of the rest of these motherfuckers except us. You don't get the picture yet? Because the God that they brought over here didn't never belong to us. The God that we used to know, they turned us away from that by giving us a new God. Not just one God, but several other new gods. Several other religions that came over here and indoctrinated us and our children and our women. And got our heads just everywhere but where it need to be. We everywhere else but where we need to be. We fucking up our own shit. We fucking up our own home, our own land, our own house to be friendly with enemies. Just to love the enemy. Just to forgive the enemy. Fuck all that shit, man. We need to start standing up for liberty or give death. That's all the fuck we should be screaming. Give us liberty or give us death. Fuck how y'all take this video. Y'all can say it's promoting violence or whatever. I don't give a fuck. These people have brought violence for years and decades and centuries in so many goddamn ways. You know, they brought violence on us mentally. They brought violence on us spiritually. They brought violence on us emotionally and physically and economically. With a government, with a foreign government and a foreign political system that we can't even motherfucking. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, we become successful within that shit. Yeah, we'll get education and we'll get the certificates and degrees and all that shit. But what does that shit mean? It ain't going nowhere. It ain't moving us no farther. But closer and closer to our demise and destruction. Because with they shit, you got to do what they want you to do with they shit. Because you went through their institution. You went through their colleges. You went through their educational system to earn that degree, to earn that diploma. You didn't go to the institution of Native Indians to earn your doctorate or your degree. You went through some college with Greek letters and went under them folks to get what you got. And you better not be an uppity nigger with your credentials that you got from them folks. Cause they gonna put your uppity ass back in your place. And it ain't talking about back at home when your place is prison or death with them folks. So all that shit y'all talking about, man, I'm gonna get money, man. I'm good, bro. I appreciate the information. I appreciate the video. All that shit, man. Y'all talking about all that shit, man. That shit don't mean nothing. That shit don't mean nothing, bro. Miss me all the way with all that. Cause that ain't getting us nowhere, bro. But I'm gonna tell you, I can't fix everybody. I can only start with myself. You know what I mean? I'm just hoping what I'm doing will pass on to somebody else. With that said, I see yo. And I hope we become successful in restoring our tribes and nations. I really do. I hope we win this war. First, the spiritual war. Once we get through the spiritual war, then we can fight the physical war. Whichever one comes first, we're going to prevail in the end. I just hope y'all see what I'm seeing. So-called black man, so-called black woman. You ain't black. Ain't shit black about you. You ain't black. Colorblind. You don't even know black from brown. Sitting around here calling yourself a color, which the government used to make a differentiation of people. To make a differentiation of the privilege that you're going to receive. If you under the white, you get everything. If you under the black, you suffering. You struggling. All these foreigners that come to America, trust me, they come up under the identity of being white. Even an African. On their application for them to get that visa, for them to get all of the motherfucking funds of that immigration clause that they got, yeah, Africans know this. They come in under white. They don't come in under black or African American. They come in under white, free American. That's how they come over here. And they able to get businesses. They able to get all the privileges that your black ass can't get, but they black just like you. That's bullshit. From the door, that's bullshit. So is you really black now? That you got that little piece of knowledge out? You're gonna reevaluate your identity now, huh? You're gonna reevaluate all the shit you thought you knew. From school, from people in your community, from your church. Yeah, you're gonna start, doing some research. And stop just believing what a motherfucker say. Because there's a lot of misinformed people that been misinformed by misinformed people. Because misinformed people misinform people. But when you're dealing with people that been through it and that know and that still live with the trauma and the scars of what these white Caucasians did when they came to our lands, and if you still got an elder that's still alive to remember those days and talk to you about those times, you'll realize a slave ship ain't have shit to do with it. You'll realize he'll never mention a slave ship. Never. They'll only just mention the atrocities. Well, I'm gonna end this video, man, because it's really getting sensitive, bro. We in year 2022. And we about to go into this year yet again, giving these criminals another chance to do what the fuck they want with us and our own shit. But let me know what y'all thoughts is. I see y'all.